So we're looking at CAT 2019 Slot II, 8th set of DILR. Try to solve on your own before you look at the solution. You can pause the video and try to solve. There are 2 questions out here, 4 questions out here. So you can go back and forth, pause and try to solve. So we look at the solution. So a lot of people got stuck in this particular set. Not that it was difficult, it was actually simple. Only thing, there are a lot of data which people got confused, but actually very simple. Now, there are 2 ways of solving this. One, you put a Venn diagram and solve, or one, you just put in the data on a paper, you get the answer. But unfortunately, a lot of people ended up doing both. That's a waste of time. As I said earlier and previously, putting up extra data or extra formats is a waste of time. You need to be right with regards to your data and get the answer immediately. So you can either solve by Venn diagram or you can just put the data and get the answer. So let's try to solve. Understand that every student prefers one of the 2 candidates. 250 students proposal A, 250 proposal B. Now they have not said, now this is one more confusing thing, they have not said that every student supports one of the 2 proposals, which will get to know that people support both proposals also and some don't. 500 students. So among the 200 students who prefer Sunita, now they're given with respect to Sunita and Ragini. So if I'm drawing the Venn diagram, I can start with drawing the Venn diagram with Sunita and Ragini, because I said Sunita supporting proposal A, supporting proposal B, again supporting proposal A, B. So Sunita, Ragini. You can make out the moment you see that the 2 variables with an intersection, automatically a Venn diagram is required. So you know that there is proposal A, proposal B with intersection. You should make out it's a Venn diagram. Identifying the format is also very important, and the earlier you identify it, thus you save some time. Among the 200 students who preferred Sunita as a student union, so that means I know 200 students preferred Sunita, which means 300 students preferred Ragini, because total 500 students and they preferred one of the 2 candidates. 80% supported proposal A, so 80% of 200 is 160 A. Among those who preferred Ragini, 30% supported proposal A, so 30% of 300, which is 90, supported proposal A. Actually, you can make out directly, since 160 is here, 90 will be here, because there are total 250 people supporting A anyway. Coming back, 20% of those who supported proposal B. So how many supported proposal B? 250. 20% of them preferred Sunita. So 20% of 250 will be 50. So we have 50 people supported Sunita. 40% who did not support proposal B preferred Ragini. So what is 40? 40% of 250 who did not support, which is 40% of 250 is 100. So 100 people who did not support B supported Ragini, which means 200 people, 300 minus 100, 200 people who supported B supported Ragini. Look, understand, there can be only 2 things, either support or not support. If 100 people did not support, that means 200 people supported, because there are 300 people total with Ragini. So you get this data. Every student who preferred Sunita and supported proposal B also supported proposal A. Sunita supported proposal B, also supported proposal A. So 50 will be here. So automatically 110 here. This is 0. So we get Sunita directly. Among those who preferred Ragini, 20% did not support any proposals. That means 60 is outside. Okay, 20% did not support, so 60 did not support proposal A, proposal B. Which basically means there are 260 people here inside this Venn diagram. From that, 200 is B. So what is left? 60 will be only A. Okay, 200 is the circle of B, but total is 260. Remember, 300 minus 60 is 240. Remember, so 300 minus this one is 40 supported A. 300 minus 60 is 240. So 200 from this is B. So outside B will be 40. The moment you get 40 here, so 90 minus 40 is 50, and 200 minus 50 is 150. I get all the data which is there. And once I get this, then the answer is direct. You don't even have to worry about it. So if I go back to questions, among the students surveyed who supported proposal A, what percentage preferred Sunita? So A preferred Sunita is 160, and 160 out of 250 students, because 250 students support proposal A. You should be good at calculation. You should make out at 160 out of 250, 16 out of 25. which comes to 64%. The percent of students surveyed who did not support proposal A preferred Ragini as a union president. So that means did not support proposal A. So that means you can make out that 90 are the people who support proposal A support Ragini. That means remaining 210 do not support proposal A. So 210 out of 250, right? 210 out of 250. Because those who don't support proposal A are 250 students totally. Because supporting proposal A is 250, so not supporting proposal A is 250. From that those who support Ragini is 210. Right? 90 support A, so 210 don't support A. 300 minus 90, which will come to 84%. What percent of students surveyed who supported board proposal preferred Sunita? So how many supported board proposal? 50 and 50, 100 people supported board proposal. In that, how many is Sunita? 50%. So you get 50% as the answer. How many of the students surveyed supported proposal B, did not support proposal A, and preferred Ragini? So first we look at supported proposal B, did not support proposal A, and preferred Ragini. So under Ragini, supported B but not supported A will be 150. So automatically you can make out the answer is 150. So we get the answer quickly. There is no time wastage. You can also do it by non-Venn diagram. Just putting in the data also you can get the answer. For example, if I look at it, they gave for Sunita data. What did they mention Sunita? Among 200 students who preferred Sunita, 80% supported proposal A. So A will be 160. Okay, A will be 160, 80% of 200. So I know Sunita is 200, which also means that I know Ragini is 300. I'm doing the same thing but only in the tabular format. Among those who preferred Ragini, 30% supported A. That means A will be 90. 30% of 300 is 90. 20% of those who supported proposal B preferred Sunita. So proposal B is 250. After that, 20% is how much? 50. So 50 supported Sunita. 40% of those who did not support B preferred Ragini. Okay, those who did not support B, how many? 250 did not support B. From that 40%, 100 people who don't support B support Ragini. That means the remaining 200 people will be supporting, who support B support Ragini. Every student who preferred Sunita and supported B also supported proposal A. So all these 50 people are A and B put together, which means only A will be 160 minus 50, 110 will be only A, and only B will be 0. So I get this whole table here. Same thing as drawing Venn diagram, only thing I'm doing in the tabular format. So if I start with a tabular format, I finish in a tabular format. I need not go to Venn diagram. Same if I go to Ragini. Among those who preferred Ragini, 20% did not support any proposal. So 20% means 60. 20% of 300 is 60 people did not support any proposal A or B, which means 240 people supported some proposal. From that 200 supported B. That means 40 must have only supported A, which means 50. 90 minus 40. 50 must have supported both A and B. So only B will be 150. So again I get this data. I've got this data. Now answering question is not difficult. Same thing. So what person preferred Sunita? You can clearly make out that it is 160 out of 250. Again going back, what percent of students surveyed did not support proposal A preferred Ragini? So supported A was 90, so not supported A was 210. 210 out of 250, 84%. What percent of students surveyed who supported both proposals? So both were 50 and 50, so 100. So 50% supported Sunita and 50% Ragini. How many students surveyed supported B, did not support A? So only B and Ragini. So only B and Ragini is 150. So anyway you draw, but don't overdo it. The moment you overdo it, you waste your time. The reason I was only able to solve all 8 sets in this particular paper was not that I didn't do mistakes. I did mistakes. I picked up the wrong set. I wasted a lot of time. But in the sets which I could solve, I did it fast. and I saved time out there to solve more sets. So even though a couple of sets I did try, did not get the answer, I had to leave it and waste a lot of time, I was still managed to be able to go back because the sets which I was able to get the answer, I was able to do it very fast. That helped me save time and go to the other sets. So the methods and the formats are very important the way you put it. And you should click when you go in the exam. Right? I hope it's clear. Thank you.